My name is Harman Kaur. As I mentioned, I'm from Abbotsford, BC, and I'm a writer. And my writing explores themes such as what I just talked about, being different, looking different, acting different. And I've looked different my whole life. And you guys can probably see that I wear a turban on top of my head. I'm a brown woman. And sometimes being this way, existing in this way, looking different can seem like a barrier, can seem like a challenge. And I struggled with this my whole life. I struggled with this idea of looking different in spaces such as school and everywhere else. But I eventually took all the things that were different about me, about the way that I look, about the way that I feel, about the way that I think, and I turned them into a book. And the reason that I talk about my writing today is because things such as conferences as these, such as community building, such as sisterhood, such as empowering little girls is so important for you to get where I am today. So I am not going to be talking for too long because I am not a lecturer, I'm not a speaker, I'm a spoken word artist. Who here knows what spoken word, being a spoken word artist is? Raise your hand if you've ever heard spoken word poetry in your life. Okay, a few of you. So that's how I like to express myself, that's how I like to drive home topics, that's how I like to drive home my story. So here's a piece that I wrote specifically for this conference today, and I hope that it will inspire you and empower you. When I was a little girl, I was taught by the world that there is no space for a girl like me to prosper. That I would have to work twice as hard as my male peers only to receive half the recognition they got and try extra hard wherever I went to fit in because I looked different. When I was a little girl, I was taught that my #1 goal in life was to be a good wife and then a good mother, and that any ambitions I had would get in the way of this. I was told that the only way to win was to compete with girls who looked just like me, dreamed just like me, to push them down and climb over them right to the top. This never got me anywhere. I slowly learned that I had to stop waiting for someone else to write my story, that I was my own representation, that I could achieve whatever I wanted in this life, despite the obstacles and the color of my skin and my gender were not going to be disadvantages anymore. I learned that my sisters and I were like the sun and the moon, taking our turns to light up the sky, even though the world had convinced us it is eclipses that are the most important. We knew better. We knew it is sisterhood that helps us turn into teachers, singers, doctors, and writers we wish to become, and competing with one another would only slow us down. When I was a little girl, I was taught wrong by a world who did not wish to see me succeed. I grew up and succeeded anyways. Thank you.